thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Coming up tonight, the Davis administration has just marked its 4th year in office. So tonight, after looking at the government performance this week, we look at the all-important issue. It's the biggest question tonight. Which MP of them all is the best performing one? Well, tonight, the man who's been keeping tabs this entire term has the answer, and that's all coming up. Speaking of the PLP, what's happening in the PLP North Eleuthera constituency? Aspirant JJ Presenti has been vocal on social media and making the rounds in the media, defending his position and saying he won't be distracted by all the attacks. Well, tonight, I ask him who is attacking him. Pull up a chair for this one. Also, a little bit later, we're talking education and scholarships. It's all straight ahead this evening. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. On Tuesday, the Davis administration officially marked 4 years in office. On the anniversary, we looked at the government's performance in Grand Bahama. We heard of the opposition's assessment on the government's performance and an assessment from former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis on how this administration performed. But tonight, we break it all the way down for you. How have the MPs performed and who is the best performing member of parliament? I think I also want to add right there, perhaps, who is the worst performing. We got to, if we can say the best, then we need to hear who just dropped the ball entirely. And so we get into that this evening. Joining me this evening on Beyond the Headlines are contributors Richard Johnson and Ellington Ferguson. Gentlemen, good evening to both of you. It's wonderful to have you both here. It's been a big week. I'll tell you, I spent considerable time in a number of shows, including last night's, assessing this administration's performance this term in office. And so you both, Richard, of course, what you've been doing for the past 4 years, I don't know if you've been doing it longer, but certainly for the past 4 years, you've been sort of giving a countdown of who you feel is the best performing member of parliament. And I'll tell you, so many people are anticipating exactly who this person is, male or female, who that is. So am I, in fact. But let's just jump right in. I want you both first to talk about, to really give an assessment of where this government hit the ball out the park or where they fumbled.
Good evening, Shanique. Good evening, Muhammad. Certainly it's a pleasure to be here once again. Shanique, I think really this government have come out of the gate working. They've rolled up their sleeves from day one and get started right away. They've had a number of situations where they fumbled the ball in some things, contracts and some business aspects, some deals that didn't go through quite as it should have gone. However, you've got to give it to Mr. Philip Brave Davis. He's proven to be a hard-working prime minister. He's not a lazy prime minister. He's out there. He's on the road, and he's in the country.
When you say they fumbled contracts, what do you mean exactly?
You had stuff that went out that should not have gone out, like the contract that the Prime Minister said should not have gone out. They were looking at and should not have been published. That went on Grand Bahama. I think it was for West Grand Bahama Roadworks. Yeah. Those type of things. Then you had the moorings over there in Exuma. That is something that those things should not have happened. And so you had those things and a lot of other things. You had the trip to, I think it was Barbados, where there was this discussion about which money was used and that should not have been used, and the money was paid back eventually to the government. Mm-hmm. And so you had a number of other little things. Mm-hmm. Nevertheless, putting all of that aside, mm-hmm. This government has been doing some things. One of the things I don't think that they have done as good yet, even though they have tried to make some stride, is immigration.
That is the hot button issue.
Hot button issue that I think the government has yet to really get a grip on immigration and dealing with the immigration situation in the country. Housing, the government, I must give them a high credit for that. They have done tremendous in the construction of homes across the Bahamas. And you see it every day. You got the constituency out there in Carmichael Road, the other one out there in the south that they done immediately when they came to office, and some others around the country that are already taking shape. Energy. I think the government, the result is still out on energy. However, the government have taken a bold and aggressive stance on reforming the energy sector.
It's a heavy lift.
Yes, it's a heavy lift.
It's not going to be an overnight fix.
And people are yet complaining about high bills, but the work is yet still ongoing. And so this government, as it relates to the Bahamian populace, grading them and making a determination to make a decision, they've got to really get working fast with energy to cause the people begin to feel something, because people, in a lot of cases, Shanique doesn't understand the end results until they feel it. And so the government still has a lot of work to do as it relates to the energy sector. It's a bold initiative, it's aggressive, and reformation. And you see the people, we can see the people on the ground, we can see the work going on in the energy sector. So that speaks well for them, and let's hope it can bear some fruits before the next general election is called, and that can be a good one in their column. And so those are some of the things that the government is doing. We've talked about, they still have the Grand Bahama issue, yes?
But we discussed that at length, Ellington, and so you're right, and we could go on.
We don't even have to go on that. But
right.
And so there's a number of things they have done to really show up all the reports and indicators that the economy is now doing somewhat pretty good. But again, until people really begin to feel it in their pockets, it doesn't matter to them. But we know overall that those things are moving in the right direction.
Richard, jump in, because of course we want to, I'm interested in number one, but I want to hear the countdown. And Ellington, I hope you're thinking of who's the worst performing member of parliament. But Richard, your thoughts on whether this government either just aced it,
right,
or...
So one of the things what we have to also realize is, in your 4 year in government, by now, you already feel the shift in the Bahamian people. You already hear the cry to vacate office. And for some reason, for good reason, the Prime Minister and his government is able to still keep that momentum going in the 4 year of their reign in power. And so, as it says a lot, I think the greatest accomplishment of this government is the Prime Minister, who is, I believe, is the go-to man, who get things done, who has a heart for the people, who resolve issues very quickly. And so, and because of that, I believe he is saving the PLP, to great extent.
You brought up a very important point. What is the likability factor, would you both say, is Prime Minister Davis at right now, at September 18th, 2025, more than 4 years into his term?
Because I think he's personable. I think he's reachable. Absolutely. I think he gets things done. He's a people's person. He deals with things. He answers the tough questions. You don't see arrogance. You don't see stupidity. You don't see I know it all. And so for that, I think he remains humble. He remains steadfast in what his approach is. And so, again, you see him all over the place, participating in these Cat Island rake and scrape bands, and, just being who he is. And I think for that part, he has never forget who he is. He continued to be the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, and the Prime Minister of the people. I think he's doing well in that regard. And that is what I believe is holding the PLP strong to the foundation of their party.
Yes. What would you say very quick, because guys, I have a stacked show, so we got to get through this countdown as well. What, just in terms of a grade and number, 10 being the highest, what is his likability factor?
I think Prime Minister Davis have proven himself to be a person of action. If Prime Minister Davis, if you happens to get a yes from him, you can leave from there assured that's it, it's done. If he can, he will tell you no, or let me see what I can do, I'll get back to you. And that is one of the things I like about this Prime Minister.
Yeah, I agree. I think on my...
Which part of the numbers you only say 10 being highest?
I call it number 8. I'm at 8. I think he's a high
for the Prime Minister?
Yeah. Yes.
I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, because the issue with the immigration for me is still a vexing issue. And I am not going to yield up on that until we find a way to. Because at this point, Shanique, we need to put a halt and a freeze.
Well, listen, gentlemen, if you watch the show, you will be so informed. Because if you all remember, Tuesday evening, I said sources close to this show and well-placed said this administration is considering a ban, temporary ban.
Yes.
The Prime Minister said yesterday, he came out, he basically confirmed what it is I said. Not that he following me, I was given a little peek. And so certainly we await to see what the Prime Minister does, he and his team, his administration, what they do in that regard. It certainly needs to happen. Now, gentlemen, then, let's just jump in. But let's start quick. Listen, quick, you're long-winded. Who dropped the ball in terms of being a member of Parliament this term, in your opinions?
Well, definitely Michael. Michael was always a basket case. And I'm glad that he's offering himself out of the race. He has been a complete failure. He has not been very derelict in his duty. I think he's the worst. Him and Leroy Major, far by far, they've been the worst two members of Parliament in the Progressive Party. They're my two.
Michael was my man that I was going to say. But who's the worst other than Michael for me? It's a hard one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll accept that. Yeah. I'll accept that. Listen, Richard, let's go to this top 10 because Richard, I believe, by the way, you have any enemies? Because I'll tell you this. I know there are some members of Parliament who are angry because why you ain't called their name and they ain't made this list. But let's just quickly go down your countdown. Because I'll tell you, people, I got calls all day. Shanique, man, how come Richard announcing this on your show and we won't know already? But I'm like, wait, 8 o'clock, hi. So Richard, let's just hear the countdown first before you announce number one.
Well, first of all, there are some cabinet ministers who are good ministers, but they're horrible MPs. Or there are some cabinet ministers who are good MPs, but horrible ministers. So you can't have a cake in the two. So I would have started at 10 with Jomel Campbell for Saniville. Number 9 was, and I think he's been overlooked for a lot. Wade Watson. I would have had Barker's role. I would have had Aaron Lewis, Dr. Minnis. We would have had the Honourable Leslie Bryce, Michael Bonnaby. All of these persons who I believe, very, very strong and competent, good MPs in the last 4 years. And I'm so impressed too, Shanique, that some of these are first timers in 4 years, and they have done a remarkable job in their constituency. You had some MPs who've been in the Parliament, Shanique, from Jesus was in diaper, draw key, drawers, and pull-ups, and did nothing for their constituency. And so why should I elevate them? Have they been a failure? Why? I'm not going to give it to them because you like them. And I'm not going to give it to them because they PLB neither. Do your work in your constituency. That's my view. That is my view. And I believe, there are more. Michael Darville.
Michael Darville what?
Oh, you got MP. Play a global role.
Michael Darville?
Yes.
Richard.
Yes, and see who his opponent is. Yeah, he has nothing to fear.
Who is his opponent?
He has nothing to fear.
Who is Michael Darville's opponent in Tall Pines?
Savant Road.
Well, I don't know him. I'll tell you this though. There's a huge question mark over Michael Darville's head.
Absolutely.
You speaking maybe as a minister. That's two different things.
I'm speaking as both. I have not heard anything about Michael Darville. Anything at all.
For me.
But let's okay. Now, Richard, the floor is yours, and Ellington will respond afterward.
So I'm the producer. I gave a video to the producer. If you can share the video for me, please. Thank you, producer.
Justin, Richard said he gave you a video, so let's see what this video is.
I won't vote for nobody. If I got a crib to the poll, I'll go. Just to mark my vote for Dobet. Dobet, call me! One and only! My minister! My minister! My minister! The one and only! Dobet, call me! Dobet, call me. The one and only. Dobet, call me. Call me. The one and only. Very damn Sarah.
Well, okay, Richard, listen.
Shanique, you see me wiping my eyes. Shanique, I can tell you. Shanique, that video brought tears to my eyes. Because when I saw the lady who have a store in the corner for so long, was assisted greatly with those building
What is,
materials.
so what is the story there?
It's a convenience store. As you say, her name is Betty Dames. She was assisted with a huge truck of building supplies, sheetrock, plywood, etc., tar. Because when people damage to their house and stuff like that, it's hard for them to repair. And
what is the backstory? What is the damage?
So the backstory was the somewhat tornado that flowed here last week, I believe, weekend gone.
Last Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
And both Minister Jobette Colby Davis and Leslie Bryce, Ms. Miller Bryce, was on the ground.
Yes.
They were effective. They were there. They were on the ground dealing with the concerns, making sure that BPL was there to restore power and, just helping. And so that's why I'm confident, Shanique, to let the world know tonight that Jobette Colby Davis is number one as the best member of parliament for 2025 in this parliamentary cycle, because listen, it's no bet or Jobette.
So was she, hold on, did she make the top 10 before?
Oh, yes, she made it last year. I believe she was in 3 last year.
Okay.
She's number one this year. And again, it's no bet. I want is Jobette or no bet. And so you saw what Ms. Betty Dane said.
Well,
the one and only
quick response, though. I mean,
Jobette Colby.
the fact that you shared
and
that story
so
with us.
again, let me tell you how good she is. Shanique. You have some people on the other side. They're afraid to come in Elizabeth. They're afraid to take on the Minister Jobette Colby Davis.
You ain't got to go to that.
I'm just saying.
Ellington,
Jobette Colby,
your thoughts on Richard's
continue to do that.
best performing member of Parliament, Jobette Colby Davis.
I cannot take it from him. Shanique, with a minister with such heavy portfolio as a road, traffic, transport, and also energy, and what you see the work going on there, and the kind of presence that she's been able to put in Elizabeth is phenomenal. And what you saw with the video, that can be multiplied 1,000 times over of things that happens in Elizabeth. I can't disagree with it.
Actually, Jobette or no bet?
Listen, I thank you. Richard, by the way, you all heard this, you all heard it. Of course, Richard's been doing this for years.
Yes.
And so, of course, he decided to make the announcement right here this evening. It's what he has been doing for the last 4 years. Don't say Shanique say. You understand? Richard said Jobette Colby Davis, and I'll tell you he had the video to prove it. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. Really, really thank you. That the top 10 is done, you guys, for 2025. There you have it. Jobette Colby Davis winning Best Member of Parliament stamp. And there you have it. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we still on the PLP, but in Eleuthera, North Eleuthera. It's all coming up right after the break.
You work hard to provide for and protect the ones you love. However, life can present unexpected challenges. Who you call in times of need matters. Insurance Management is a Bahamian-owned company that has been serving our community for over 40 years, offering a wide range of coverage for all of your personal, professional, and commercial needs. When life happens, rest easy knowing that our skilled and experienced agents are there for you in your time of need, so that you can get back to what matters most. Insurance Management. Nobody does it better.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
Sting Junkanoo Group is celebrating 25 years of music, and you're invited to the greatest show ever, counting down the years performing hit song after hit song. Stevie S, Colin McDonald, KB, Dyson Knight and D-Mac. Saturday, November 1st at the Farm Marshall Road, 8 p.m. until. Tickets can be purchased online at www.bahamaseattickets.com. For your skybox or to be a food vendor, call 424-6433, 477-0191. Sponsored by ZNS, Island Luck TV, The Farm, Gatorade Today & Co. Limited, Krista Minute and Associates.
Crack the code and win $1 million. Crack the code and win $1 million.
7 numbers, $1 million. Every 3 days, a number is revealed. Act fast. Your million is waiting.
Crack that code, win $1 million clear.
Crack the code before the last lock clicks shut. Get ready to join the winner's circle only at islandluck.com.
Crack the code and win $1 million.
Beyond the Headlines is now introducing powerful TV advertising opportunities made just for you. Choose our television ad package, 20 30-second ads for $2,000 or 20 60-second ads for $2,500 plus VAT. Prefer flexibility? Go a la carte. Just $150 for a 30-second ad or $200 for a 60-second ad. Step into the spotlight with our interview package. 1 15-minute interview for $500 or 4 for $15 per month. Or bring Beyond the Headlines directly to you with our live on location package, only $2,600 plus VAT. For more information, contact our sales agent at 242-466-6173.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. Let's just get right into it this segment. It's not often that you see a PLP aspirant or a member of parliament play it loose and fast. They often fight it out quietly or stand by the decisions of their organization if they're sulking while doing so. But this election, that's very different. JJ Presenti, a member of the local government council in North Eleuthera and an aspirant to be the party's standard bearer in that constituency, has been anything but quiet, speaking to the media and online, making it clear that he wishes to secure the nomination for the PLP. Well, this evening, Mr. Presenti joins me to talk about that and to talk about all the stuff that we've been seeing and watching on the sidelines. It's good to have you here. JJ, good evening. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines, and thank you very much for stopping by this evening.
Good evening, Ms. Miller.
Let's just jump right in. There's a lot that's been said, a lot that we've seen. Maybe some of it is spin, who knows what it is. But let's just talk about your desire to represent North Eleuthera in this upcoming general election under the Progressive Liberal Party's banner.
Firstly, before I get started, I want to make sure that I make it very clear that we do have a sitting member of Parliament, and he is the first choice if he chooses to go back into the race. I worked closely along with him, and I knew some of the trials and tribulations that he went through, but he was very excited about his job, and he worked hard at his job, and he's good at his job. When it was mentioned that he did not want to run again, and when he made it on the news and the media that he did not want to run again, I spoke with him, and I said, do you think it's an opportunity for me to pass the baton and work with some of your goals and continue to take care of our home? And then all of a sudden...
Wait. What was the answer when you asked him that?
He told me yes. All of a sudden, we had many other aspirants from all over the country. And I think I got a little territorial. It's every Bahamian's right to run wherever constituency they are placed by the Progressive Liberal Party. And we as PLPs, whomever you send, if you're a true PLP, we're going to vote for. In this particular case and in this particular day and age, with all of the factors and the fixed factors and variable factors for my people of the North, it is of my opinion that we pick somebody who is from the North, who is on the ground.
That's understandable.
Who is able to connect and network with Nassau, all the different agencies and all the different ministers to provide relief, but also to create a master plan that empowers.
That's understandable. And so you feel as though you are that person. I opened by saying you are a member of the local government council. You've worn that cap for a number of years, right?
Yes, I've been elected 3 times to local government.
Local
on
government,
Harbour Island.
right.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's just talk about what's been happening. You are not going down, because what has taken place, you all, let me just kind of update you for a moment. It appears that about 2 weeks ago or so, and you can confirm or deny this, that community leaders in North Eleuthera reached out to Prime Minister Davis and invited him to a meeting, which he attended in North Eleuthera, and said, hey, we would like Sylvanus Petty to continue on as MP and obviously to seek re-election, to be re-elected. Did this happen?
To my understanding, this did happen. I was not invited to that meeting. I did not attend that meeting, but there were members of the community that did attend that meeting. And some persons, I think, were a little bit surprised. But what we do in my campus, we keep calm and we carry on. Until it has been made official by Mr. Sylvanus that the word reconsidering keeps coming back. It has not been made official from him.
Right.
I will be putting myself back in as the incumbent to run against Mr. Ricky Mackey. And until then, I think that I have the choice to continue to present myself to the constituents of the North Eleuthera constituency as a viable option.
So you
to
are
win
not,
the seat.
You are not going against the grain and pushing and bucking against the party. You were saying the party has made no choice. Even though this meeting took place, the fact is no announcement has been made from the Prime Minister or Mr. Petty, and so therefore you have every right to do exactly as you're doing. Going out there, being vocal, speaking and saying, I, JJ Presenti, am interested in representing North Eleuthera for the PLP.
My mother was the first Miss PLP. My aunt Juanita Presenti was the 7th Miss PLP. My mother sits on Leadership Council. I would never do anything to damage the institution that I was born into, and that's the Progressive Liberal Party. There's no individual that's bigger than the purpose of the Progressive Liberal Party. And the purpose of this party, especially underneath the Davis administration, is to empower our country and lead us forward. There are wars happening all around the world. Donald Trump is shocking us every single day. We need to trust our leadership that they are making a master plan to ensure that not just you, your children have something to have.
Yes. Now, let's talk about, you said you feel you've been attacked, or not even feel, you say the attacks have been coming. The attacks have been coming at you. Let's just talk about those attacks.
But that's been a great growing experience.
Who do you feel is responsible?
I couldn't point any fingers because, as you know, with politics, we smile with, et tu brutai. That's one of the things that, Brutus killed Caesar. So you cannot concentrate on that. Like I said, you have to keep calm and you have to carry on. You remain on the mission. The mission is the people of the North Eleuthera represent each other. We are one North. We have one vision and one mission, and we want to continue on with that. So whoever government comes in understands that empowerment of the North is imperative to the country to continue to grow.
Now, you do have this evening quite an impressive group of people, all men, standing here. I imagine
the ladies are minding the coop at home.
Well, you have ladies, like, why are they in here? Don't be
Ms. Claire Presenti and Ms. Wanda Higgs, who are always with us, Mr. Darrell Johnson, who is always with us. These are people who know politics and who have conditioned my thought process to connect with as many different persons as possible to gain their trust, not only PLPs and not only FNMs, but everybody. We also have younger persons who are coming up, oh, well, I won't vote. These people, we need to motivate them that this is our country and this is our right. So I've been learning a little bit from everyone around me, and then at the end of the day, I make my decisions.
Each day as this delayed announcement happens or does not happen, your team here and those, as you say, at home who are watching right now this evening, and good evening, those who are watching, they are getting stronger and stronger that you should be the candidate. What if the announcement comes, as I have been led to believe, that the community leaders of North Eleuthera and the Prime Minister are minded to go with Sylvanus Petty? What if that announcement comes and these people are now rooted and grounded into the fact that it should be you? How will that affect and impact a PLP win in North Eleuthera, you think?
Remember this, everybody here is committed to a win. So if Mr. Petty is chosen, we are committed to a win. I'm JJ Presenti, a progressive liberal party, a leader.
So
in
you're
the
not here to
community.
stir problems and make issues for the PLP in North Eleuthera?
That is not productive to the people of North Eleuthera.
Let's talk about what is it that you want to see, whether it's Sylvanus Petty, who was re-elected, well, first of all, announced as the candidate and then re-elected. You don't want no foreigners there, so you send whoever you're all from, coming there trying to court the people of the North.
They're Bahamians. They have every right to apply as an aspirant.
But the point is, you're saying that only those who know the island and know the rock should be there because they intimately know what's going on. And Eleuthera in general, including North Eleuthera, has its own unique set of challenges that need addressing. What are those that you would want to address or assist Sylvanus Petty, who still the Member of Parliament and might very well be the sort of the front runner if he were to be the one selected?
See, one of the fantastic things about this administration and this government is that they are addressing a lot of the issues. Ms. Jobeth Kobe-Davis, she is addressing the power issues. Ms. Glenys Hannah Martin, she is addressing the school and empowering a lot of educational programs and ensuring that the environment that kids are growing up in and learning in are conducive to leaders. Mm-hmm. You have Mr. Clay Sweeting, who's doing an amazing job with Ministry of Works. And I can get any of those ministers on the phone whenever there is a question to be asked or whenever there's a narrative to be led.
So JJ,
take a look at that. Also, too, I want to mention
yes.
our Deputy Prime Minister with the starting of the new airport, and Dr. Romar.
In North Eleuthera.
In North Eleuthera. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the cries of North Eleuthera are being heard.
Well, so then so you are not intent on being an upstart, because that is the impression I got. There was a video, and I talked about it on Tuesday evening. I did reach out to you as well. There was a video that suggested, that you are basically ready for war.
I think it was Monday evening.
Oh, Monday evening. Okay, thank you for the correction. It was Monday evening, and I did reach out to the gentleman here. But that you are just ready for war, because why? You have been working, and you have, as a local government council member, you've been doing a number of things in North Eleuthera. And the fact is, listen, you were saying Sylvanus Petty stepped aside, so now it's your turn. But that is obviously misleading.
When I saw the video,
did you know about that video? Yes.
Was the first time when you said to me, can I have you on the show? Mm-hmm. And I said, I'll ask my team. And then I further said, what would be the topics that we're talking about? You said the video that you issued this morning. Mm-hmm. And what did I say? What video? Yeah. I never issued a video this morning. And you sent a video, but as a district council member, I was in council from 10:14. We started, and we never got out until about 4:30. Mm-hmm. So I never really reviewed the video. It wasn't something that I thought to jump on. So that is my fault. And the gentleman who was on, Mr. Petty's cousin, on Monday, he did make a bold statement, a very educational statement, constructive criticism. Now that you're on front line, you need to be on top of everything and you need to respond to everything. Mm-hmm. So the first time that I saw the video was with you. Every video that I have on my social media, who I work with, Tracy Amber Paul, who's done an amazing job crafting my brand. It says Joseph John Roberts Presenti, and it has the Northern Star. That video did not.
Has the PLP reached out to you officially about everything? Because it's just started looking, and I'm happy you are speaking this evening on this to kind of give us all say, oh, okay, we have a clearer picture. And we see what's happening. He is saying, listen, the minute you all make a decision, whether it's him or someone else, he will stand down and get behind that person. But have they reached out to you and say, JJ, Mr. Presenti, you're doing a little much?
No one has reached out as yet. But I did have an interesting situation on Friday where Think Bahamas posted that I have a child that I'm not taking care of. And that was very...
Well, get ready for the front line.
If we could produce this child, my parents and my family would be very excited to bring this child into the family. So whoever it is that I have a child with, please bring them forth. And, you know, let's take care of their education. I think they said they're in grade 3, trying to get into grade 4. So
you know of any such child? Do you know of any such child?
I do not know of any such child.
What is your overall vision for North Eleuthera? I mean, put aside your obvious interest and work to say, listen, I'm here, don't overlook me. I'm here until you make a decision. I'm also here. What is your overall vision? And I'll tell you, we all know it, and we're from Eleuthera. We are from Eleuthera, and we see the progress that's been happening for years. It's amazing. The North has continued the economy to evolve and grow. But what's your overall vision, especially for places like Harbour Island that has the legal immigration matter, the ongoing utility issues, which are being addressed, as you pointed out, but just for the further development and quality of life for each resident?
Well, let's start off with Spanish Wells. I'd definitely like to get more control on the poaching that's happening with these people, with their fishing pots. That has been something that is not being brought to the forefront enough. I don't know exactly what the plans are, the maritime day-to-day operations. However, we need to protect that industry because remember that industry is a large industry and that export, even with the tariffs,
it is.
I think we need to negotiate that a little bit more with Spanish Wells. With White Crown, especially with the new airport, I want White Crown to make sure that they continue to have their FBO or they're a part of the planning process with the new airport, as well as the diesel and jet fuel concessions, Spanish Wells. So Bluff, obviously, they have a great, fantastic port. There's the Royal Island that's supposed to be there. So investments being pushed into Bluff in terms of the tourism side I'd like to see, and the boat builders inside of Bogue. Bogue has amazing skilled carpenters and amazing masons, amazing contractors. I'd like to get them the offer before anybody else within the country. Any contracts that come from the government
You're trying to say
North
work on
Eleuthera.
Eleuthera, give Eleutherians the first opportunity to get to bid and win the contracts.
Correct. We also have a condition with the Crown land within the Bogue and the Bluff areas. There are people who have applied for Crown land many years ago, have been given a paper to say you're going to be able to get this land, but they've not been given clear title. So I'd like to get everybody who currently has a home on Crown land that they were promised and that they currently reside on, I'd like to get them their clear title.
You might want to speak with Keith Bell because he just made several families, in fact over 24 families, smile widely. We had it on the show last evening. They were very happy because that's just an issue for so many Bahamians. And
then we also have housing. I think the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation approved over 309 families for mortgages of housing. And if we can just get those houses built on in North Eleuthera, that would empower people to move. You know, Karl Marx always said, if you're all on top of each other, there's going to be conflict. People want to move out of the mummy house. Mm-hmm. You have husbands and wives who still have to be inside of the wife's mom's house because there's nothing available. Airbnb has taken all over anybody who has a nice area or a nice apartment. It's more lucrative being with Airbnb. And well, we know how Harbour Island in particular is situated. I mean, it is perhaps one of the largest income-producing islands on Eleuthera or areas in Eleuthera. And so you're right, the Airbnb market is. So what we would like is that some of that money comes directly back to Harbour Island. Yes, we must take care of our brothers and sisters. But I would like to see that the public treasury creates just a smaller line item to say, you put in so many millions, so we're going to give you 10% of that back into Harbour Island or into Eleuthera so that you can fix the dock. Currently, right now, the dock situation is a frustration on a daily basis. The dock now needs to be, the government dock needs to be not just improved, but it needs to be a pedestrian dock, a welcome center. And you need to now have a sort of industrial dock that can go down to Kijin. I saw that dock when I was there a few times. We took the show there, by the way, Beyond the Headlines, and I saw the very dock that you're talking about. Has Mr. Sylvanus Petty reached out to you? I sat with him in church on Sunday, that last Sunday.
Oh, you all were in church together.
We are.
You all you ain't mad at him and feel a certain type way?
We have been in each other's lives all of our lives. We work together currently. We're working on a private project together. Sylvanus and I have a great relationship. So it sort of is distracting for whatever else is going on. And I can't feed into it. I can't sensationalize something that's not real.
Speak to the people of North Eleuthera and let them know exactly that you ain't trying to tear things up and cause bad business and all that. You just mean you are working truly for the betterment of the island.
We are one North, we have one vision.
Right here, JJ.
We are one North, we have one vision, and we have one mission. And that is to keep the Progressive Liberal Party in power and to keep the North Eleuthera constituency underneath the winning column for this next general election, 2026. One North.
Mr. Presenti, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, and you know, it's good to hear that because I too was asking questions like, wait a minute, what's happening? PLPs don't flex like this. So we got an idea, Justin, I heard you. We got an idea of exactly what your thoughts are and what it is that you're doing. And so thank you for joining me this evening. Certainly, of course, looking forward to speaking further with you and to see if you get that nomination for real. Yeah, absolutely. You're on the Headlines Sep right after this.
My late husband, Tyrone Albury, had a passion for brewing beer at home. We found one of his recipes and we started on the stovetop with 1 gallon of beer. It was a hobby that turned into a passion project that turned completely out of control. We had to make a decision whether or not we were going to continue home brewing or open a brewery. So craft beer is basically brewing a very small batch of beer. Every individual batch of beer is going to be slightly different.
We're always trying to figure out what the next best beer is going to be.
Just the sheer amount of love and effort that goes into every brew. It's a science, really, to selecting the right grains and the hops, and then expanding on some of the normals.
Really, in the last couple of years, we've had a lot more of the locals that have found our location.
They realize that there is a fuller flavor beer out there, and we take pride in that. When we first started the concept of the brewery and we were looking for funding, it was the SBDC that we leaned on to help me push through at times when I wanted to give up, to tell me when I was making mistakes, and for that, I am grateful. So I would encourage all entrepreneurs, if you're looking for funding, mentorship, and encouragement to launch your new business idea, I would encourage you to contact the SBDC.
Are you ready to take the next step in growing your business? Check your eligibility for our guaranteed loan program at sbdcbahamas.com/GLP or call 461-7232 to learn more about how the SBDC can support your business.
So you want a space, but not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Beyond the Headlines is now introducing powerful TV advertising opportunities made just for you. Choose our television ad package, 20 30-second ads for $2,000 or 20 60-second ads for $2,500 plus VAT. Prefer flexibility? Go a la carte. Just $150 for a 30-second ad or $200 for a 60-second ad. Step into the spotlight with our interview package. 1 15-minute interview for $500 or 4 for $15 per month. Or bring Beyond the Headlines directly to you with our live on location package, only $2,600 plus VAT. For more information, contact our sales agent at 242-466-6173.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. This segment is especially for the college student or perhaps the high school graduate, or you're graduating very soon. Pull up a chair, pay attention. The Charlotte Knowles Thompson Agency Limited is into its 4th annual college fair that happens tomorrow and this weekend. But you want to know all the information. Charlotte Thompson has helped more than 2,000 Bahamians access higher education for some 10 years now, awarding, get this, more than $2 million in scholarships. Those students now attend universities in the United States and Canada. And you're in luck because there are more scholarships available and representatives from many of those universities are here. Sometimes the scholarships are full scholarships, many of them are partial, but the real issue and the real awesomeness is you get an opportunity to access higher education. I'm happy to have Charlotte here this evening, and she's joined by Dr. Andrew Vogel. He is from Avila University in Kansas City, Missouri. Good evening to both of you. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines.
Good evening, Shanique. Thank you for having us.
Charlotte, let's just jump in and talk about these 10 years and how amazing it's been, how impactful. I mean, to have more than 2,000 students, Bahamians, in universities and colleges across the United States and Canada, that is really an amazing feat.
Yes, thank you so much. It has been rewarding to help so many students. This started with my children, Blaine and Blair, who are now 5 degrees in full scholarship. And so their teachers asked me, how can you help our other students? And so this was birthed out of me going back to the schools and speaking to the students, letting them know that it doesn't matter their current socioeconomic status.
Right.
University is still possible. If you have a dream, you do the work, you're committed, watch those grades, it is still possible, and there are universities here who want to help you become better versions of yourself. And this is how this was birthed. And so the partnership with the universities from around the world, they offer Bahamian scholarships. Our Bahamian students are so talented, they are bright, and so they make it possible for the universities to come and have a forum to be able to speak to them, to speak to their parents, and let them know what is possible.
Well, Charlotte, this is amazing, and we're going to talk about the college fair that happens tomorrow.
Yes.
But first, let's just talk about the fact that you have brought all these representatives here. Of course, we have Dr. Vogel here, and we'll hear from him in a moment. But how amazing is it, Charlotte, that you were able to have all these representatives who filled the studio this evening here in the Bahamas for this weekend?
I am so pleased. The partnership with these schools, the trust that we've developed over the years. When I asked them, I said, hey, will you come and speak to the Bahamian students? And they never hesitate. And they come, and I'm so grateful to each one of them and the value and the worth that they're bringing to the Bahamas and to Bahamian students. And I cannot thank them enough. Today, we had a courtesy call with the Governor General and with the Minister of Education. And they had an opportunity to meet these universities, and they thanked them for what they're doing for our students in the country. And so this is just another platform for our students to know that university is possible. If you are committed, purpose-driven, you do the work, the universities will help you. So you got to help us help you.
Absolutely.
I will bridge the gap. I will make the connection. And I never charge student or parent a penny because I really want the best for our Bahamian students. It is possible. 20, 30 years ago, this was not possible. This was not. And so now we have schools that come and reach out to the Bahamas and say, hey, we want your students on campus, and this is what we're willing to offer. And so it is possible now. I say, like I said to Blaine and Blair, it first starts with a dream. You have to have a dream and a desire and committed to doing the work. Get off of social media, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. You don't have time for that.
Now. It's TikTok. So you're trying to say, stay off of TikTok, learn to go to sleep at night, study first, then go to sleep.
Absolutely.
And this is all possible.
Absolutely.
Dr. Vogel, I see you shaking your head. Of course, you represent the Kansas City University. Please do give us an idea more about what Avila University represents, the opportunities that are available for Bahamian students there.
Yeah, so we've come to the Bahamas because Bahamians have really rigorous education system, and so even students who have mediocre GPAs, when they come to education in the United States, they excel and they become leaders on our campuses. And so every single student from the Bahamas who comes to our university will get a scholarship. and that's the promise that we make to.
That is stunning right there. You know, that announcement, that shit, it's worth it. This whole segment is that right there. Every student that comes and has an acceptance into the university gets a scholarship.
Yes.
There's no excuse anymore for anybody to feel as though they are not as qualified, right, Dr. Vogel?
Right.
They don't have the qualifications or don't have the access to get it.
Absolutely. And not only that, the students have the opportunity to have internships, to work in different opportunities in their career, and so then they come back to the Bahamas and make a big difference.
Hello, my name is Tatiana Weaver. Currently, I am now the Miss Teen Universe Bahamas 2025 in preparation for India. And I am absolutely excited for this weekend's college fair. I'm happy to engage with colleges and see what all they can do for me, because especially as a teen, growing up in the Bahamas, I want to earn a degree to come back to my country and help us become a better nation for everyone, and to just see what we can do, what as young Bahamians, how great we can make a difference in our land.
What area you want to focus in?
Currently, I am focusing in biology, pre-medicine. I hope to one day
She's smart, aren't she pretty?
I hope to one day become a pediatric anesthesiology and help kids.
She's smart, she's pretty, and she's smart.
And help kids that are going through surgery to just know that everything's going to be okay once you're in that theater, and once you come out, you're going to be a whole new person.
I know your organization focuses on beauty with a purpose. How important is this, and I guess even just the feeling of it all, to know that you now have this access to fulfill such a major dream?
Well, beauty isn't always on the outside. It's in the inside. It's the insides that count, the way you carry yourself throughout people. My organization definitely uplift those. They make sure that you feel that way, that you're not only beautiful on the outside, you're beautiful on the inside. You're a wonderful person to talk to. You can always go in front of crowds, speak well, and just ensure that you're the person. If you have the crown, you know how to wear it. You know how to speak with the crown. You know how to encourage others to do their best and put their best foot forward.
And you're not denied opportunities, Charlotte, because you lack not just the aesthetics, but you lack the substance and the qualifications to support and back up the aesthetics, right?
Absolutely. We want well-rounded participants who think outside the box, if you will, who go above and beyond, who wants to contribute, who will be a good representation of the franchise and the country. When we send you abroad to represent the 242, you remember whose strength you're walking in, and what do you represent. And so when we get together and we have a conversation and we train these young ladies, they have to understand how deep this goes. It's definitely not about just beauty, but brains.
Absolutely. What has been the most intriguing story for you in these 10 years of a student, or maybe perhaps a family you have helped get into university?
Just helping. In particular, I told the Governor General this morning, there was a young man, I won't call his name, but he was a brilliant young man, graduated top of his class, 3.81 cumulative GPA. He just did not have the support. He didn't have the direction. And when I saw him, I called him one day and I said, hey, why are you working a security job if you're only 19? And he said, why? And so I was able to get on the phone and call my university partners who specialize in that specific area of focus that he wanted, which is mechanical engineering. And I said, this young man is talented. What can we do for him? And his scholarship, he got $140,000 in scholarship.
Amazing.
And so, right, I mean, it's so encouraging when things like that happen. And that's why I partner with these amazing universities, because they care about Bahamian students and they have the scholarships that they want to offer. We just need the students who really want it, who's going to put in the work, who's going to be dedicated and go after that scholarship.
We have another queen with us. She's also from the Miss Teen International Bahamas organization. Please introduce yourself to us and let us know, first of all, which university you're looking at, because there are several in the room. I just hope to get them all in, even if they just walk across the screen. But tell us about yourself and which university you're looking at.
I'm Tenaria Starr, Miss Teen Top Model 2025 and Miss Teen International World 2025. And the college that I have my eye on right now is Gannon University. They offered really great opportunities to Bahamian students. The scholarships that they give out is really great, and it helps me knowing that I don't have the funds to go off to school, but with their help, they cover a lot, and it helps me.
I mean, talk about how your parents are even responding, and see, because this, Charlotte, what you are providing through these universities is beyond just the individual who's going to receive the scholarship. The parents obviously feel a burden lifted, I imagine.
Absolutely. And then you're going into an environment where it's comfortable, you know, that people genuinely care for your child. There are safe spaces. You know, they're going to learn, they're going to grow, they're going to expand their horizons, and they're going to become better versions of themselves. And so this is what it's all about, this partnership with these amazing universities who care for our children, who want to contribute and build the Bahamas. I'm just so grateful. I'm overwhelmed at their kindness, to be honest with you.
I want us to meet one of the other representatives from one of the universities here again. They are universities that's going to be at this college fair from throughout Canada as well as the United States. And so welcome to be on the Headlines. It's good to have you here. Please introduce yourself to us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shabir Amirali. I'm from the University of Guelph, Ontario, Canada.
Amazing. Please take us in. Tell us exactly what your university offers, what it specializes in, and how many Bahamian students attend now.
We have lots of Bahamian students choose University of Guelph. The one important thing currently looking into this current era is like student looking for experiential learning. And Canada is very good at that. You know, we offer students with co-op opportunities, which are paid co-op opportunities, because you're looking for work after you graduate. If the work is part of your graduation, your curriculum, that really helps Bahamian students. You know, they get the gain experience and they come back. As you said, we have lots of programs because most of the Canadian institutions are public institutions. So from engineering to business to liberal arts and science, we are known as an agriculture and doctor of veterinary medicine program, but we have all the other programs as well. The key unique point in Canadian institutions is offering the co-op opportunity, long-term experiential learning, which is what the students are looking for, so that they can come back to Bahamas and, you know, support the community.
What makes your university so excited to participate in this college fair each year here in the Bahamas?
I would say Ms. Charlotte Noel Thompson's support to us, and, you know, supporting us. She calls us every time to say, hey, we have a student, we have a family. How can you support us? You know, so we have to give back. That's why we are here.
Charlotte, you know, of course, in the Bahamas, we want to continue expanding and growing the economy, giving opportunities to just new people to tap in and to have an access to what's happening, the burgeoning economy that we presently have. Let's just talk about again how this college fair helps make that happen by granting and fulfilling dreams.
Absolutely. Again, that's just how it starts, having a dream, right? I can speak to you all day about Gannon or Guelph or any of the universities, but this opportunity gives you a chance to come and speak directly with the representative. Speak directly with them, fall in love with their campus, hear what they have to offer, the study abroad opportunities, how this will help you become a better person. Parents can know and have that comfort level that their child is in a safe space, safe surrounding, it's affordable, it wouldn't put too much burden on the parents and the family. And so the relationship that we've formed, they really work with me and Bahamian students, and Shanique, this is just an amazing opportunity, and I'm honestly grateful to God to be able to have this platform to help so many Bahamian students.
Well, listen, I know from experience your personality is one that people cannot easily turn their backs on and ignore, and so I imagine that you are there, and we are happy to just hear firsthand from one of the other university representatives now joining here. I tell you, we have the studio is full. You all think I'm joking. I'll ask them all to stand behind whomever is here, because you all need to truly see what I'm saying. But please, good evening to you. Welcome to be on the Headlines, and please introduce yourself to us. Tell us about your university.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Elizabeth Harrison, and I'm from Austin Peay State University in Clarksville, Tennessee. So we're just down the street from Music City, USA. A little bit about our university. I really love our strategic plan motto right now. It's all about experience at Austin Peay. So experience compassion, experience community, experience change. The life you want starts at Austin Peay. And I feel as a university, we're very focused on that. Not only do we have students who go to co-op opportunities, working to kind of promote themselves and build themselves in their major, professionally, networking, etc. We also have students who are committed, or faculty and staff who are committed to helping students get more experience in volunteer work, in publishing, in exhibiting their works, presenting at conferences, so that when they graduate, they have more than just their degree. They also have that entire experience that has helped build them into a holistic professional. So when they walk out the door, they can be one of the 99% of international students who have a job when they leave.
It seems that this experience and this sort of like inclusive education that you just don't go in the classroom and sit there is sort of the path now for universities and attaining a degree. Talk about how that's important and the focus at your university.
So a lot of our university, and some students are a little bit scared the first time they step into one of our classrooms just because we are really project-based, we are really hands-on learning, and that can be in any field. That could be in theater, that could be in chemistry, that could be in education. You're going to be in a classroom, you're going to be in your field doing research and building, creating to make yourself the best person you can be overall.
And so let's get in. So Justin, if you can go back to her. Everybody get in as close as possible. Just get in, let's get in. Get them real quick, Justin. As Charlotte tells us exactly time, place, and who can show up. Because I know it's over 1,000 students already confirmed. However, though, who can show up?
Everybody can show up. We're looking for high school students. We're looking for recent graduates. We're looking for adult learner. Education has no
Oh, so wait,
limit.
so I could even, if I want to go and get this master's.
Absolutely.
You saying
Absolutely.
it's no discrimination.
No discrimination. I'm doing my master's right now. Oh. Hello.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
We're looking for everybody who wants higher education.
Get them in again, Justin. Go keep talking, Charlotte.
Everybody who wants to be a part of it, everybody's looking for higher education. We want you to come down this weekend. Friday, September 19th, Saturday, September 20th, and Sunday, September 21st.
The entire weekend, yes.
The entire weekend at the Holy Trinity Activity Center in Stapleton Gardens. I will have feather flags out as wayfinders, so you'll be able to find, but your landmark is the new Bank of the Bahamas. Once you turn through Bethel Avenue, come down to the second corner on the right, you will see the landmarks, okay? These universities, and there's only some of them, we have about 30 more, right? And so there's someone here, there is a university here for everybody. You just come with a willingness to want to higher education and committed to do the work that is necessary to get it. We're looking and we're waiting on you.
Amazing. Again, that's the entire weekend. And if you are not registered, it's okay. You're just hearing about it for the first time. I'm
Yes.
taking the liberty to say,
yes,
you too can show up.
Absolutely.
Show up, guys.
Absolutely.
This is an amazing opportunity. This is where hard work now pays off. Show up, get in the room, and get a scholarship. I mean, it's possible. And so, Charlotte, listen, congratulations again on 10 years of excellence and helping Bahamian families and helping those who, didn't have the finances and don't still have access to higher learning. Thank you so much for being here. And also thank you all of y'all doctors, this, that, the next from universities, again, across Canada and the United States. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to the Bahamas. Have a great weekend as you all help so many Bahamians realize a dream. Thank you so much. I want to say a big thank you to all of you this evening. I certainly hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I enjoyed hanging out with you. And I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.